If you've been on the job hunt lately, you know it's a stressful search. The province of Ontario is taking steps now to make its job market more fair and transparent. Some new legislation in place that would require employers to be upfront if they're using artificial intelligence to do their hiring. Let's bring in Hilary Johnstone. She's in Ottawa with the latest on this story and what it is about AI, Hilary, that's really put it on the Ontario Labour Minister's radar.
Well, Heather, what we were hearing yesterday from the Ontario Labour Minister is that they really want to make sure that job seekers, people in Ontario that are looking for jobs, that there's a bit of an even playing field here. And they say that more and more they're seeing companies use AI, artificial intelligence, when they try and weed through all the resumes and cover letters that they receive when they're trying to find the best job applicant. So they say, for example, that AI can be used to sort through race, sex, even political affiliations, for example, social media accounts, but that the algorithms that are used can sometimes be biased against certain groups of people. For example, women. There was a case in the past involving Amazon where it seemed that women were sort of being unfairly targeted or not being selected as many times to be the successful job applicant. So this is something that Ontario wants to pursue. If it goes ahead, it would be the first province to bring in this sort of legislation. But this is a little bit more of what we heard from one employment lawyer.
Amazon had a problem a couple of years ago exactly because they had adopted an algorithm that without them wanting, actually they wanted to reduce discrimination, but had the opposite effect. They had to withdraw the algorithm. The risk these employers are sitting on are enormous. So better regulation will not just help workers not getting discriminated, will also help employers not to sit on a mountain of possible discrimination cases.
But Heather, the other thing that we've heard from some employment lawyers is that rather than bringing in just this sort of legislation, that it's really those algorithms that need to be targeted so that certain groups of people aren't fairly sort of have a bias against them when it comes to these job applications, because of course it does stand that it's likely that more and more companies will be using AI when it comes to their hiring practices.
It's not just AI, Hilary. It is also pay equity, part of this upcoming legislation. What is the province looking at doing there?
So Ontario wants to make it mandatory that you would have to post salary ranges in a public way on job applications. They say that this way they may be able to sort of attack and target that gender pay gap that still exists. So in Ontario, for example, women make 87 cents on every dollar that men earn. And they say that if they're more transparent, if employers post publicly in a job application the range of a salary, that might be one way to try and target that. So here's a little bit more of what we heard from the Labour Minister just yesterday.
Including salary ranges with job postings can help close the gender pay gap while allowing companies to find qualified candidates faster and improve retention, helping tackle the labor shortage. In short, making more information available at the start of the job search process is a win-win for everyone.
Some experts say, though, that that won't solve all the problems, posting those salary ranges. Instead, they point to the fact that a lot of jobs that women do traditionally haven't always been as valued by society as some of those jobs that men traditionally do. For example, a hospital nurse makes less than an accountant. And just finally here, Heather, Ontario on this front wouldn't be the first jurisdiction to do this. There are similar laws in place in both British Columbia and Prince Edward Island, and then south of the border as well, New York City, Colorado, and also the state of California.
Thank you very much, Hilary.
Thank you.
Hilary Johnstone is in Ottawa.